Hello Quailonians, welcome back to the channel here at Undike, or Undik, however you want to pronounce it. We are building the 5-tier layer cage for quail from hatching time, so let's get started. Last time I built one was a while ago, last year, and yeah, therefore I better have a look at the manual, but the steps seem to be simple. I hope I don't screw it up like that little incident with the grow out cage, but it's working. So I do the first step. Let's see. I have the jumbo flooring because I'm planning on having jumbo birds in there. And the manual says align those little arrows here, and I nearly had it perfect. Yeah, this way. So they have to point at each other, and I hope you can see it in the camera. There's an arrow here, there's an arrow here, one down here, so that needs to align. And that is pretty straightforward. You just pop it in or grab yourself a hammer. Yeah, straightforward. When I say that, there is a reason why they have a hammer on that manual. So I have a hammer there. Hope it's big enough. Yeah. Don't want to use a metal one. I don't find my big one, but this little one does the job. Simple enough. Huh? Make sure it's proper snapped in. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Okay, step 1 done. Step 2, get the door in there. Okay, so the door goes on that side because that was the back side. Makes sense. There's only one way to snap it in anyway, because as you can see, it can only align this way. But also those arrows here align too, so it's pretty straightforward. Yeah. If you do it right. Do I do it right? They have that on top for whatever reason. Hold on. This is the floor. Huh? I messed something up, do I? It looks so simple. It isn't always that simple. Well, there's arrows here. Hold on. Yeah, hey, that's not the floor, that's the top. That's why I'm confused. Oh, yeah. Of course, because it's a layer cage. That means eggs are being laid. That means also there's an egg rollout. Now, come on. I need to find my bigger hammer. This is like a toy. Seriously, but it works eventually. Okay, yeah, it aligns there and there. Whatever. Now that hopefully is the easy part. Yeah, so you can see or not, there is it's not fully the grid here, and this is where it goes in. So let's align that. That's okay. 1, 2. I don't say anymore it's easy because I find a way to screw it up. Okay. I guess I have to start from the back. Yeah. But here it lines up, that's good. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Snaps right in. That is the easy part. Okay, and then you can fiddle it in here. Much easier. Obviously, the stability comes then from the frame. So I'm not too worried about it. That looks a little flimsy now. Yeah. Alright, did you hear the click? what we want to hear. Okay, first compartment done. Again, stability comes from the sides. Now, last time, I think I was just building it on top of each other, so I'm gonna do it this time this way as well. The graphic here shows as well. Basically, you build it that way up. So let's get started. I need a sidewall first. In my previous video, I explained the difference between sidewalls or middle walls. Sidewall here is completely closed. There's no option to open it up. And the middle wall, you can actually take out this part. And so quite a bit difference, right, in functionality. And if you take that part out, you can have one compartment or two compartments together. You can have single compartments, right, or all three compartments in one tier together as a big open space. I want to use that specifically for breeding purposes, so I keep one open, but all the others I keep closed for now. You can still later remove it as well, the middle walls. But since I have one open already, I'm gonna do that and leave it open. But what I need first is a sidewall, because I start from the bottom up, make 3 of them. And then I have the first tier ready. And then you're gonna see the assembly of the entire structure once I have all the different tiers ready. So that takes a little while. So I hope you like music, because I'm gonna speed up that process for you. Lucky you, you can sit back, enjoy the beverage of your choice, relax by the fire maybe, or wherever you are, by the beach, while I work my ass off here. Anywho, I wanna get myself, I think, a bigger hammer, because that is a toy. And I'm gonna show you then the speed up process. So enjoy watching, and I will be back at the end to talk a little bit more about the assembly. Okay, so I get rid of this toy and finally found a proper hammer. The little one was okay for building the grower cage, but for the layer cage, I like something with a little bit more whoops. I'm gonna be careful not to bang it too hard, but we shall see how it goes. Of course, the alignment needs to be fine, and we get that done, hopefully. Here it's a bit tricky. The sides, the corners is the best part to bang it. Give it a nice tap there everywhere. Gets more stable as you go along. So I have to think, this is gonna be the bottom. I wanna have a 2 compartment one on the bottom, so that's where this middle wall comes in. And all the other tiers I gonna do single compartments. This way I can try things out in regards to the breeding program. I can always take the middle wall out when the cage is fully assembled as well. It's gonna be a bit harder to take it out than just here, but it's still an option. So let's see if I line that up proper. It comes all together eventually. And they say to do that on a carpet, not really hard floor, so you don't accidentally break something. And I have my share of experience with breaking stuff, so I'll be careful. That was simple enough. Now I'm gonna do the other side, because I didn't do it proper early on. Something wasn't aligned there. I better do it right the first time than correcting things later. So yeah, now it aligns nice. Who came up with that idea? Seriously. Smart. kind of go a few times around, tap it in bit by bit, then banging it hard and breaking something. But that seems good now. Yeah. You see it come together there on the knobs. So now I'm gonna speed up this video, put on some music for you guys, and we see each other for the final assembly. So enjoy. Okay, so that's step, let's see, 1 to 4. That's the first tier. So regardless if you bought, 2 tiers, 3 tiers, 4 tiers, 5 tiers like I did, it's always the same step to get to this. And from here, now the part comes here, step 5 and 6. Which I am so talented and I screwed it up last time. I'm gonna do step 5, step 6 with the water system. I do that later on because I still need to see how exactly I set it up. Let's do that. So for that I don't need a hammer now, I need a screwdriver and the screws. Well, power drill. I need those mollies. I think that's how they call this white thingies. Need 4 of those for this side, 4 then later for the other side, and as well 4 screws. Oops. There is one gone. In case my dog Hazel decides to chew up one of those, hatching time was so smart to exclude 1 or 2 extras. Don't count on it, but that's what I experienced with the last few. So I keep them safe, just in case I lose one, like I just did somewhere, it went somewhere. We will find it, I hope. So, like to prepare it for later. Here we go. Okay, so but before I start screwing in the sidewalls, I have to put in the rods. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the ones on the bottom, they're the easy because you work here, as you can see, along the outside. So you just need to fiddle them through. And that gives the whole thing more stability. Ah, wow, that's smart. It even holds there this little, I don't know if you see that, let me move a bit over here. It kind of ensures that here that hole where that one little string goes in, kind of it's being held in place as well here. That's pretty smart because this one is not in there at all right now. But once the rod goes down there, let me show you, it should stabilize it. If I get there. Now I'm dropping more stuff. Yep, you see that's not in. But I want to have it proper done, so it's important for stability. Now as I pass by there, kind of, yeah, pushes it in. That's smart. Stay in there. Okay. My strength is not the best there with my nails. Yeah, now I pushed it in. That's smart. Okay, cool. So that's all aligned here. Looks nice. Same thing on the back. That's the rod. Okay. And then the other two go on the inside. Let's see here. That's a bit of fiddling around. The first one is usually easy. As further down you get, you might not be able to do it from the top, so you go to the bottom. Let's do that. Try out the door. That should feel, that was simple enough. Just needed a little push. Over here the same story, just align it. And again. Down there. Here is the one where I have two tiers. Probably hard to see, but there's the middle wall is out, and here the middle wall is in. Okay, so that looks good to me. I probably have to go inside anyway. But now this handy dandy tool here comes and helps me too, because I have to hold that here. Unless this one is not the best grip, unless I find my other one. Let's try it out anyway. So now the side rod goes on top. Alright, did I forget anything? Now, the hard part is, yeah, in the graphic it shows you that down, then the white thing, and then the screw. So let's do it this way. Yeah, if there's some plastic leftovers, you can use a screw to get rid of that. But you can actually get that in. Yeah, that looks good. Nah, that was easy. Here. And then I have to hold the rod here when I screw. Let's see. That one is not the best. Where is my other tool? Yep. If you don't have your tools in order. Hazel, did you see my tool? Did you hide it somewhere? Tell me. Here we go. I don't know about you guys, but however that tool is called, since it actually clips onto these rods, guess where I found it? Yes, you're right. I found it at the grow out cage. As I have done work on the grow out cage in the previous video, you can see that built. It was clipped on inside the cage and I was looking for that tool. So, lesson learned, always put your tools away. So that's it. It's important that it's flush, but obviously gives it some structural strength here, but it's not supposed to glue it together either. Now here, I think I can hold it from the outside. Let's try that. On the grow out, I had to hold it from the inside. That was simple. So same story here. Would be good not to forget the black thingy dingy. Would be good not to do it the wrong way around. Ay, ay, ay. Now imagine me doing a self-built cage. I did once a self-built cage and my wife was so nice to help me. She's pretty handy. And it looks okay. I still got old fingers too. But it was like a project. It took me days and days and hours of work to build the cage myself. With this I know in I don't know, a couple of hours, I don't know, I will be done much quicker. Somebody did the sinking there for me and I just need to hopefully get it together here. Just important that the screw doesn't stick out too much, because obviously you want to be able to have then attaching the final build the top floor. And I hope I can show that. I hope you get the idea. If the screw sticks out too much, you don't get that in, even though there is a little wiggle way here. But if it sticks out too much, that's the problem. It's the problem I faced early on. Now I face a problem that I dropped the screw and the molly, but thankfully I have some over here. Okay. Now, get that in. One side done. Would be clever to hold it, otherwise I keep screwing and screwing and screwing. Yep, that's in. Okay, same story on the other side, and that floor is done. I cut you in again when I do the final assemble, so stay tuned. Hey there, so I'm on the final stretch here. As you can see, it went dark outside already, which is normal in the winter time. Doing some calls from customers, replying to some emails, taking care of the dog, and building the cages. You know, it took me a little bit, I don't know, a couple of hours, but not too bad. So I'm in the final stretches to get it ready. I'm gonna assemble it now in here. I'm probably gonna either carry it out in parts again or get some help from my wife. But I promise by Monday that stuff is out of the living room. So kept the promise. Now it's just about the final assembly. But there is some stoppers on this feet, so I want to have them in the front. So I make sure I assemble it accordingly. So here we go. This one, for whatever reason, I felt like it was much easier than the grow-out cage, but it has a funny feeling because the floor is slanted. So you always think like, is that right? It doesn't look right. But it actually, when it all comes together, should look right. So I'm gonna be careful here. Align it. Good. Okay. Go a little bit down on each side. Where is my lovely friend, the hammer? Let's see. Put it away already. Gentle. Slowly but surely. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay. You can look at the video link in the description, but I think they say it's about 20, bit less than 20 quail for each layer there. So what I mean is, okay, I probably use it like if a breeding group in here, depending how much activity I see. I usually have 4 girls with 1 boy. So 5, 5, 5 gives me 15. 5 times, I end up with 75. If I use it just for grow out, which I could with this as well, obviously, if the birds are already a certain size that they don't slip through, because this is the egg rollout, right? Don't know if you saw that earlier. proper, but that's where the gap is. That's why it's called a layer cage. The eggs slip out nicely here. Of course, there's the food tray on top of it. And I've seen it with some of the jumbo eggs and double yolkers that they might get stuck. But usually they come out smoothly. With standard quail, you don't have the issue at all. Then you also don't need the jumbo flooring, which I have here. But it's really intelligent system. So it's all built on a slant. I barely have the issue that the egg is not rolling out, and I have to actually open the door and get in there. So with the one I already have. Now, with concentration. Again, it's really important, which I learned the hard way. Oh, would be nice to have two people here now. But what I learned the hard way, and I think I can show it better on this side anyway. Those screws here, make sure they're fully in. So they're not sticking out too much there. Otherwise you're not able to put that in here. Push it a bit more down. Now I line it here. And with a little bit of love and feeling for it. Okay. Should come all together. Push it down a little bit. A bit more here. Yeah. Slip right in. Here as well. That screw is screwing me up. That's the thing. Let me show you that. So you don't have the same issue that I have. And those wheels useful in this situation. So I couldn't push it all the way down here because that screw here, I might just be able to push it in, or even without holding the rod with the plier. You get the idea now what I did. I zoom it in for you. Okay, that's the way it should be. Okay, my friend stays here just in case. Let's continue. Okay, it gets a bit easier now as higher it gets. Which makes me think about, no, I do. It's not that high. I was saying about the doors. I get up there. Here again as well. I have to push it a bit in. It's actually not so much the screwing, it's just to align it actually. I should not really drill. Yep. Looks good here. Here as well. Okay. Yeah. The next one. Yeah, the cool thing what I really like about this modular system, right? So the maximum they recommend is 5 tiers. That has to do with design of the wheels, what a load it can take. But you know, some people might just say, hey, I have enough with 1 tier. And actually, the 1 tier is something I'm gonna use for my Rent a Quail program, where I wanna promote quail in my neighborhood. And you can do the same by renting full-grown quail out to the public. Think about the inflation right now. I think more people should get into this to raise their own flocks. Now if you have a 1-layer cage like that in your garage, if you don't mind the smell a little bit, or if you have a setup like I do with the quail hut, if you want to get that far, I think it's a good idea. So the sign is nice, easy to clean here. The poop trays go in here, feed trays go on top here. You're gonna see that in the final build out. Now, more working, less talking. Okay, so many options. I explained it earlier on. I just want to show it here. So you have the option here, there is the door. You can take it out. Maybe you see it on this side better. So I built that correctly. First time I assembled it, I accidentally put the middle wall to the outside, but it turned out to be a good one, a good idea actually, because this way I can open it up here and reach in this way to grab a quail if I have to, or to fix something on the water system, clean out the cups. That's also an option, that you can reach it from the side. If you decide to have it open anyway, the entire floor, you could put the middle wall on the side here, and then you, if you don't have that long arms than I do, I usually don't have a problem to reach stuff there, but it's just more convenient anyway if you have it open. This configuration is single compartments and one double compartment. Okay, last one. And after the last one is on, the top goes on as well. Actually, if I think about it, I think I put the top on now without dropping my water. That's why you have spill-proof water container. It's hot in here. Fire burning. Okay, so I'm gonna put the top on first. I don't have to fiddle around up high there. Let's see if that lines up nice. Yep. Okay. I tried to move it around as if it would have wheels on it. You can buy that separately, which is really cool. So in case you want to have a separate tier for one of your kids, people move it around. What I'm doing here. I got too far in there already. Here we go. Now snaps right into place. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's really cool, this small little system. I like that. Okay. Of course, the top is not designed to have stacks and stacks of feedbacks up there. And you're going to see the border that goes on top as well. Opala. In here. Not so much space to the top. Okay, careful now. Here I am. Okay. Looks good. I want to put it fully down in the back until I check the front. Okay. Put it over there. Okay, this one's slipped out a little. Again, with the screws, make sure they're fully in. Okay. Yeah, that one is not. So let me push that a bit. Helps to give it a little motion. Okay, so you see, all fits nicely. So once I have built the green hut outside, I'm gonna mess with the water system, which goes in the back here. You can install it in different ways. Speaking of water, since I have it here, so I mentioned earlier in the video, in my first setup of this, I drilled a hole in here, only broke what I had to break, and I move a hose in there. And because that one goes up here, there's a pre-drilled hole here on the side, and this is where you attach the water hoses, so it goes up like so. Yeah, it should perfectly fit. It's hard to see here. There we go. Yeah, perfectly fits up there. Hope you can actually see that up there. Otherwise, I zoom in for you. Yeah, you can actually see it. Not me, not just the camera. Now that looks so much better, right? Whew, it's hot in here. The lights and the fire. Anyway, not complaining. So, I was saying with the water system, and turn it around. So there's a pre-drilled hole in there. All the parts come as well. And then those white tubes go in here. They go all the way through. And then you connect each compartment. And on the bottom you have a plug, and you can use that to drain the system as well. I had so far no issue with any algae or anything building up there since my setup is contained. So there's not direct sunlight. Didn't push that one in full. Okay. Anyway, we'll have to move it around and check it. But anyway, yeah, so there's no direct sunlight on my setup. So therefore there's no buildup of any algae, any green stuff, yucky stuff in there. Nice that it comes with a perfect cover. I hope the new green hut I ordered should be about the same size than the old one in regards how tall it is. So I have like a little bit space here to put a hose in on top. Reason why I do that, because my roof is here, right? And therefore I don't have much space. I don't want to go up on a ladder or anything here to fill it up. If you think about it, I got a house in here about 75 quail. They drink a lot, especially during the summertime, and yeah, I want to automate that. I have a link in the description. I use a simple pond pump. That's enough to pump the water up here. I do have like a barrel. I got that from a farmer here for like 10 bucks because I didn't want to run a permanent water line to the detached garage. It has its benefits. Obviously, I'm not collecting rainwater right now because of the bird flu, but it has its benefits here in where I live in Bridgewater. We had several times water boiling notices, and when you say body of water, it's not safe to drink, then I don't want my quail to drink it either, and therefore it's really great to have a separate water reservoir for the quail. So I fill that up usually once a month in the summertime. Now in the winter, I just keep filling it up with hot water twice a day, and that's usually enough. I just carry that out. It's good exercise, and yeah, so from a water setup perspective, simple enough as well. Yeah, I don't want to get up there always filling it manually. Cool thing is I can actually have a camera on the birds as well. I can actually see remotely how far it goes. Switch it on my phone, and the water triples in, and then it switches off automatically after a minute or two, depending on how I set it. If I want to make it full, you have to figure that a bit out. In regards to the water, I'm very happy on the outside as well. The way I made it is the water goes in here, and then it goes out by the green hut, and then it goes down to the barrel. That means if the pump is not working to fill it up, the entire hose here is emptied back into the barrel. That means there's no standing water in that pipe, which goes to the outside as well, so there's nothing which can freeze. Makes my life easier as well. What else about water? I could talk about water all day long. No, just kidding. All I'm happy, yeah, with interruptions and everything, maybe 4 hours to build it. If I would have focused on it, having no coffee break, no break for the dog, no phone calls, I probably could have done that in 2 hours or less. I don't know. But happy. So now birds can move in soon. But before I get there, of course, you know, just follow the channel and see what else I have to do. Building the green hut, get that stuff set up, installing the water system, put everything in, the poop trays which go down here. I hope you enjoyed that build. I'm the kind of person I love to watch videos of things before I buy them. So I hope, yeah, you did that for the same reason. I show you the backside too. Why not? I think it's smart. I'm gonna double check if I made everything the way it should be. It looks okay. It all sticks together. And there will be more videos in regards to how I clean them. This one will have its first clean in the spring. I do deep clean every 3 months. I do daily cleaning, weekly cleaning, you know, different kind of procedures there. If you're interested in that as well, leave me a comment or like, and I'm happy to show you that as well going forward, how to maintain this thing. It will never be as brand new as today. I could have dinner off it now if I wanted to, and in a week or two from now there will be some poop around here in the corners. That's just normal, but most of it drops through. Anyway, long speech towards the end. I wish you a good rest of your day. Please tune in again. Have a nice day. Bye.